We're in Plymouth here with the Inspire programme. This is the best of young British foiling talent. They've been invited to Plymouth. This is their first race. As the gun goes, you can see them pumping the mainsails to get up onto the line, and we're doing a slalom course. The courses are reached to Mark 1 and then jibing on the downwind into the finish. So it's all about speed racing and all about your jibe manoeuvres.
Great start there from Daniel Wellborn-Hesp of Coningston Sailing Club. He was up to speed nice and early and got a good old jump on the rest of the pack there.
It's about the jibe now. They've gone round Mark 1. They've all managed to stay on the foils in this super light stuff. And this is what the younger generation are all about now, Matt.
They want to be the next sailors in the SailGP on those fantastic foiling F50s. This is a revolution in sport, getting the boat out of the water, going 3 times as fast, 4 times as fast as conventional boats. And that's what kids want to do. They don't want to sail around in displacement boats like we did. And there goes second place is number 5 there, Hattie Rogers.
A Lymington lass.
A Lymington lass from my own part of the world, Royal Lymington Yacht Club, but she's doing really well.
And into the finish, look at the celebration.
Oh, great work there, Hattie. She just pipped Daniel there, and an excellent win. She was the WASZP UK Ladies National Champion this year, so no slouch in these boats. She sailed them plenty. She has her own boat. She does a lot of sailing out of Lymington. I see her all the time. Still a great result after a brilliant start by Daniel Wellborn-Hesp there, and coming in third was Finn Armstrong from the Paynton Sailing Club.
We're under 10 seconds to go. The fleet is closing down on the start line. Number 6 at the bottom. I like where Erin is in number 7. She's holding the boats out as we're inside the last 5 seconds. The boats now expect to see the sails pump as they try and get on the foil. Number 4 off the top of the line looks pretty good. And there goes the gun.
6 was closer to the line.
Finn Armstrong in number 3 there.
Zach Bromley was close to the line, but Finn Armstrong had the speed, and that's what we were talking about. It's all about being fast at start time. You don't have to be the closest to the line, especially not in this lighter stuff. It's actually more important. You still have to be on the front row, but it's more important to be fast. And didn't Finn Armstrong from Paynton Sailing Club, who had a solid first race, he had a great start there. And as we saw in the first race, a bit like the SailGP racing we've seen today, it is all about doing well in the start.
Lovely jibe by Finn Armstrong there. He crossed the boat early. He let the boat settle down, popped the mainsail on the new jibe. He's struggling for breeze there. You can see him step in off his rack, pumping his sail hard to stay on the foil. It looks like he's just sailed into a bit of a hole on the course as boat number 2 and boat number 4 come up right behind him. This is a lot of pressure now on Armstrong. Armstrong stepped on a little bit. He's also nailed his last jibe in.
I think he went a little bit too late there, didn't he? We'll see. I like the boats have sort of jibed a bit earlier.
And Zach Bromley might be rolling Wellborn here. He's just taking his wind. Bromley ahead, looking around him, see where his rivals are. He's hiking out there. He's using his body weight to generate more speed. Can he pull off this last jibe? I think this could be the last jibe into the finish.
Oh,
he's had a crash down out the side.
But he has had a bad jibe there.
Get it up on the foil. There's the finish.
This is going to be ever so close. He has to keep clear. Once they get into the zone, though, he can get ahead. So Zach Bromley, over he goes. He just stole. And also second place, Daniel Wellborn-Hesp, who had that great first race, just got in there in second too. So it's all about that bad jibe there for poor Finn Armstrong, who'd led that race all the way around. Just lost those 2 places right at the finish. It's never over. It is never over until you cross that finish line.
That's right.
Reese Lewis coming in 4th there for Cardiff Bay Yacht Club.
Feels like we're winding up inside the last minute here. There's a lot of jiggery-pokery, trying to find the right spot to launch off the line. You've got 2 controls. You've got your tiller, which is connected to your rudder. That drives where you're going. The rope in their hand is effectively their accelerator. When you see lots of rope getting pulled, as we see now, it means we're close to the start gun. It means they're putting their foot to the floor. It means they're trying to get onto this reach as clean as possible and absolutely send it to Mark 1. As we saw with the SailGP F50s, if you are close to the line and going fast, you're in good nick. And I think number 6 has got it spot on. He's struggling to stay on the foil. I stand corrected. It's Beck that pops off the bottom of the line, looking very comfy.
Fantastic start by Matt Beck there. All about being up to speed at start time, and he was absolutely ripping down at the bottom end of the line there. Sometimes high risk at the bottom end of the line, because if you get it wrong, you're going to be in the dirty air of everyone else. But he didn't. He absolutely nailed it, came through underneath everyone, and now he's in a great position. He's 2-time Laser 4.7 national champion.
Let's watch his jibe, Matt. Let's watch his jibe. This is a big jibe. Crosses the boat. Can he get the pop on the mainsail? There it is. Nice jibe.
Forward. He's pointing towards that next
Armstrong
mark
just steps out beyond him. And well-born jibes inside Armstrong. The race here for me is between Beck and Armstrong, number 1 and number 3. This is
That's
cool.
the problem when you're leading.
This slalom
jibe
course
early.
is seriously cool.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
Let's speak to Sir Russell Coots and see if we can get the F50s doing it. It would be unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I'm looking forward to the finish because I'm loving the shackers and the fist pumps at the finish. Armstrong
Oh,
must
he's
have
doing
thought
a
he's
penalty.
Oh, that's very honest. He must have thought he infringed and he's
he
doing a
must have
penalty
done.
turn.
Sure, if there's
Number
even
1 is
umpires
Beck.
out
We
there,
saw
but
him
well
lead
done.
off the line. Wellborn is right up behind him, and number 6 is our last race winner, Bromley. As they do their last jibe for the line, is Bromley going to take it? He's got right away.
Yeah.
Bromley
Daniel
looks
Weldon
quicker.
has to jibe inside him. This is going to be really close. He is quicker. He should go out in front. It was a good jibe by him. Look at him. Look how happy he is.
Take a bow, Mr. Bromley.
Great race by him. He was always up there, wasn't he? He's had a really, really good race today.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
You can see what it means to these guys. Oh, some tough jibes behind. That does mean that there's an opportunity for some of the back markers. Finn Armstrong, who was in contention to win that race at one stage, he's just going to get pipped again by Hattie Rogers, just squeaked inside him. And number 2 underneath might have got him as well. That was Reese Lewis. Really tight there at the finish.
Day 2 in the Inspire Racing League, Matt. We have about 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, pretty light air. I can tell you who's leading going into this. We have Zach Blomley in first place, 52 points. Hattie Rogers just behind on 47, and Finn Armstrong on 46. Matt Beck, Dan Welbeck, Hesp, Ryan Lewis, Erin McIlwain, and Matilda Nichols.
The course is the same as yesterday. It's a reaching start to Mark 1 and then a slalom to the bottom. See Armstrong there bouncing, trying to generate power into his sail to pop him forwards on the line. Can't have long to go now. Oh, the crews are crouched in the middle of their boat.
It's pretty light out there, as light as we've seen it in the racing so far. Little ahead there, got his nose out in front. That's where you want to be at start time. You don't want to be in the gas of other people. And here they are off down towards Mark 1 already. There's not a lot of speed to be found out there, but if you can just get slightly quicker off that start line and get your nose out in front, you can get that clear air, and that is what this race is all about. A little bit of dirty air, wing wash, as we call it on the F50s, mainsail wash, as I guess you'd call it on these wonderful foiling WASZP boats, is really hard to build speed when you've got that on your own boat coming off the competitors. Finn Armstrong hanging on to that lead, getting around Mark 2 in first place, looking over his shoulder there.
It's interesting the different styles in going downwind here. Some guys and girls are pointing their boats dead downwind to the next mark, trying to get there in the shortest distance possible. Other boats are trying to sail a little bit hotter to the wind to try and get their boat going faster. The 2 lead boats, number 1 and number 3, are definitely in the dead downwind shortest distance possible. So they've assessed the wind conditions, decided that foiling is not on as they go round Mark 3. This is their final turning mark now.
Beck sitting down in 4th place going into this, and Finn Armstrong in 3rd. Both these guys there, if they have a good day, they could start to put pressure on Zach Blomley and Hattie Rogers above them.
Zach Bromley has just sailed down in that pressure, and he's got the inside overlap on Matt Beck. It looks like Armstrong's got a little bit of a lead, but definitely Zach Bromley has picked up the inside lap on Armstrong. No, he bails out of there. He decided he didn't have room to go round. And there is the race win for Armstrong, followed by Beck, and then overall leader Bromley. We can see now by all the boats going bow to bow to bow, we're very close to the start. We must be inside the last 30 seconds, as again we're pumping onto the line. Last time they were pumping and they didn't get on the foil. Are they pumping onto the foil there? You can see Matt Beck pumping like Billy-O. Bromley just underneath him. Matt Beck's on the foil. Can he keep it there? Feels like he's forcing it. Oh, the transom hits. Now the whole boat's in the water. Are there any boats on the race course that have managed to keep it foiling? It doesn't feel like it, and
Still
Beck did just enough to stay ahead.
And,
so everybody racing here, Matt, under the age of 18?
Yes.
Yeah, so the youth, the real youth, and there are people in this fleet that are as young as 15.
18, I believe,
so
yeah. Here we go, across the finish here, an easy win. We talked about how important the start was. It happened again. Matt Beck across the finish. Now he's also, as well as winning national titles in the lasers, he was second at the UK WASZP Nationals too.
Ah.
And a lot of these guys are sailing WASPs in their spare time if they're not racing them as their main focus. But this is the future. These guys want to go sailing now. They've seen the F50s in the America's Cup, and it's about going sailing. That wasn't around when we were young.
This racing is shown live on the big screens, and live on the big screens now. They're going to be seeing the boats winding up for the last start, the final start of Inspire Plymouth. We know to look out for sail number 1, sail number 6, and sail number 3. Bromley has got a slight lead going into this, and we know that Armstrong is asking a lot of questions, as is Beck.
Yeah, Beck, who won that last race. Armstrong also doing so well.
Still not enough wind to get on the foil, Matthew.
Not yet, no. We thought it was building a little bit, but still it is a little soft. But there are people
there's wind at the top.
Too.
And look at 6. 6 absolutely leaps out the water. That's Bromley. He hasn't had the best day so far. He's the first boat on the foil. If he takes this pressure down into Mark 1, it could not only be the decisive move in the race, it could be the decisive move in the regatta.
Zach Bromley, he was leading going into today, so he really needed a good race. This could be it. This is the race that could win him the series if he does well here.
Big jibe.
Yeah, big jibe.
Doesn't stick it, but he is in second place.
No, and Beck did well there, didn't he? Pretty sure that was him.
God, the first 2 boats have got a big lead here, and they've taken the pressure, the wind that they got foiling with down the racecourse. So the rich are getting richer. You can see the boat is on his foils. If he keeps this boat out of the water, and I believe you described one of the jibes as nothing but air. That's
right,
air.
That's
the
what we want to
line.
see. He does another one there. Nothing but air.
Nothing
Kept it on the foils. Great technique there by Matt Beck. But he'll be hoping that Zach doesn't come in second, because I think that could still give Zach the overall win this event here in Plymouth. Another great jibe there. Look at that. Beautiful technique.
With close to 100% fly time, Matt, to take out this final race, but will it be enough to take the overall win as he's coming into the finish now for the final time? He's happy with that race win. I wonder if that is enough for him to win the Inspire League in Plymouth. It's all about where Bromley comes in behind him, number 6.
But look who is number 2 coming through the finish. It is Zach Bromley of Place Heli Yacht Club. He has Sailing Club rather. He has come second, which means that he does win this regatta. I'm sure we're going to see his fist go in the air here any second now. We know he'll be pumped about this. This is a huge win. Hattie Rogers comes in 3rd there. I think it'll still be close between her and Finn Armstrong. So let's see when sail number 3 comes in. There he is there. I think if Finn comes in that place there, which is 5th, he should take the last podium place just ahead of Hattie Rogers. And I think that puts him in 3rd place. Reese Lewis in 6th with 53. Daniel Wellborn Hesp with a 5th place. Hattie Rogers, top female, and a 4th place on 68 points. Just 3 points ahead of her was Finn Armstrong. Had a good day today, as did Matt Beck on 73 points. That means, and we can see them there, our regatta winner is Zach Bromley.
Wow, great sailing. The 1 and 2 there.
Look at that hug.
Means a lot, Matt. Means a lot.
You can see what it means to these guys, and so it should. It should really mean a lot, because it's very, very important on the grand scheme of things and where they're trying to go in the future.